This is Tina Mitchell with my mortgage minutes for the week. And I thought I would talk and bring in some appraisal facts. First of all, let's talk about the home inspection. The home inspection is different than the appraisal. The home inspection is where the inspector is coming in detail to let you know the condition of the home. That is not required by the lender. So you can choose to do an inspection or not. I would definitely do a home inspection. In this market, you're having to pre-inspect in order to get your offer accepted. However, you definitely want to have a home inspection. The lender needs to have the appraisal. Now, the appraiser is not giving you the condition of the home unless it's bad condition, meaning that the roof needs to be repaired or there's safety issues, something that jumps out visually to the eye that the appraiser sees. Otherwise, the appraiser is there to support value. Now, the appraiser isn't really there to come up with a value. It's to support the value on the contract that two real estate agent experts and buyers are willing to pay. So that's kind of the gauge that they use to come up with the value. Now, today I wanted to talk about the appraisal because the market is moving so quickly that there are occasions that the appraisers cannot support the value that you're paying for the home. Does that mean that your home is not worth that? It does not. It just means that there's not data to support it. I would say if you have multiple offers and it was bidded up with multiple people, that's what the market is willing to pay for the appraisal. Now, how they're determining value is they're coming up with comparable properties to be able to support that value. If it's a refinance, they're looking at whatever the lender's putting in that they need to support that value. Now, what they're coming up with their comps is closest in proximity, most recent sale, and most similar in style. That's bed, bath count, square footage. So those are the three areas that they're using to come up with the best comps. The appraiser can make adjustments, positive or negative, for recent sales and similar if the property is different in size or condition of the home, however, not proximity. Pending sales cannot be used to support the value. However, if new properties come in and the value came in low and you can show those new properties and what the value are and they've closed, then you can have an adjustment to the appraisal to use those values. Now, multiple offers, they're not considered in supporting the value either. So it doesn't matter if you have 30 people that come in and bid up that home by $200,000. If there's no comps to support the value cannot be supported by the appraiser. Now, parties that can talk with the appraiser, per regulations, any interest party in the real estate transaction except the lender. Well, the lender is pretty important. However, they can't talk to the appraiser. A lender also can't choose the appraiser. They're randomly chosen through the panel of appraisers that they've approved to be on their panel, but they have to be randomly chosen. Now, documentation for a borrower or for an agent, if it's a purchase, to help the appraiser to make the job easier to determine value. Plats, surveys, deeds, conveyance, homeowners documents, floor plans, specifications, neighborhood details, recent similar comparable properties, details and dates of upgrades, really important if you have that information, cost for those upgrades, energy efficient, green features, all of that is going to be helpful for the appraiser. It's not required. However, it's always nice if you have that information to make it easier for the appraiser. Now, as a borrower, you will receive a copy of the appraisal. The Equal Credit Opportunity Act, ECOA, requires creditors to automatically send a copy of the appraisal to you, the borrower. Now, if the appraisal comes in low, you can request a revaluation. However, you must be able to provide additional and better comps than what the appraiser came up with. And to be competitive in this market, you're probably waiving financing, which means you're waiving appraisal. If you're not waiving financing, you're definitely most likely saying that you're going to pay over what the appraisal comes in or be willing to. This is a brand new addendum that's been added to the contract in this crazy market, and it's called the AD, the additional down payment. I do want to give a shout out as I'm wrapping up my time here. If you paid a purchase price for $900,000, you did 20% down payment, that would be $160,000 cash for down payment. The appraisal comes in low at $800,000. You do not have to come in with an extra $100,000 to pay the seller. you would if you waive your finance contingency, but with financing creativity, you can just finance the same loan amount, increase your loan to value to 90% from 80%. That means you're coming in with the 10% down. Now you may say, well, I have to pay private mortgage insurance. You do not. You can buy it out. You can still come in with the same down payment you were planning on coming in with. The seller is going to still get their $100,000 low appraisal, and your payment's going to be exactly the same. You're only coming in with a few extra $1,000 for the buyout of mortgage insurance. The importance of working with a lender that knows how to structure loans. And that's your money chat.